Violent crime across the United States is down. That's according to new data from the FBI. In its annual summary of crime in the nation, which was released yesterday, the FBI reported that violent crime dropped nationally from 2022 to 2023. Overall, violent crime was down roughly 3%, with reports of murders falling more than 11% year over year, the largest single-year decline in 2 decades. Property crime also down, with burglaries dropping more than 7%, although reports of car thefts went up by about 12%. During a campaign stop in Pennsylvania yesterday, Donald Trump continued to falsely claim that crime is through the roof, while also complaining about being fact-checked about the crime rate during the presidential debate held earlier this month.
The crime numbers got just released, and they are through the roof, higher than I said. He corrected me. He said, no, crime has gone down. Only a stupid person would say crime has gone down. You don't have to know anything about numbers. If you live in this country, you know crime has gone up. And today it was reaffirmed that I was right in the debate. Crime has gone way up. They're through the roof.
Joining us now, Pulitzer Prize-winning columnist and associate editor of The Washington Post, Eugene Robinson. Eugene is also an MSNBC political analyst. Eugene, good to see you this morning. So that's another lie from Donald Trump. But crime is an issue this year. It certainly went up during the pandemic, as those stats indicate, started to fall again significantly. So we also have Vice President Harris being a former prosecutor. So let's talk about the dueling images that Harris and Trump are painting about crime. Of course, only one of them supported by the facts.
Yeah, that's right. And the Harris view is supported by the fact crime is down from last year. Crime is higher than most Americans would want, and it's higher than it was, 10 years ago, say. But it's nowhere near, crime is nowhere near where it was back in the late 80s, early 90s, when it reached a peak. I could tell you any story you want to hear about why crime statistics go up and down. There's some people who say it's demographics, others say it's economics. I've never seen a story that's really convincing, but I think good, effective policing does help. A better economy does help. Whatever is helping because Donald Trump is simply lying. Crime is going down.
Yeah, and Eugene, it's so striking. Crime is just one of those issues. Crime, immigration, Ukraine's fate against Russia, where Trump sort of ties his political prospects to the outcome that's actually bad for the United States. It's like he's really against his own country so often.
Yeah, he is. And he paints this dystopian picture on the campaign trail of a country that's falling apart, a country that where the economy is in the toilet, where crime is so high that you can't walk out of your house and go to the grocery store. It's just a terrible place, when these windmills killing birds and, I don't know, sharks and batteries on boats or whatever. But it's all dystopian, and then he presents himself as a solution. I'll fix everything on day one. I'll just come into office and everything will get better. It's a really bizarre, certainly false and dishonest way to run a campaign, but that's what he's got at this point. He can't point to actual numbers, actual statistics. He can't say, wow, the economy's doing pretty well. That's a good thing, because then maybe we wouldn't need him.
Yeah, certainly he paints himself. He did that in his first term, too, suggesting that everything is doom and gloom. He's the only solution. And contrast that with that more hopeful message coming from the Democrats. Yes, they acknowledge there's work to be done, but sort of still believing in America's present and future. So, Eugene, I know you've written about Mark Robinson, the embattled Republican candidate for governor of North Carolina, embattled, putting it lightly. But let's talk about just what he means, what he represents to the Republican Party, and also how, frankly, he might not just cost the GOP the State House, he might cost Donald Trump North Carolina.
Well, he could if he drags down the ticket. Look, he's been trailing Josh Stein, the Democrat, in this race all along. I cannot imagine that situation will not get worse for Robinson and worse for the Republican Party in North Carolina after these revelations that came out in CNN last week. He represents this instinct that today's Republican Party has to any African-American, Trump-friendly conservative who sort of sticks his head up. They're willing to just boost through, I guess, some sort of DEI initiative they have in the Republican Party. They're willing to boost him right to the top. So in 2018, Mark Robinson was just a guy, worked at a furniture factory, supported gun rights, gave a fiery speech at a city council meeting. 2 years later, he's being elected lieutenant governor, and 4 years after that, he's trying to become governor with no experience and with a really, really checkered past.
Yeah, while some Republicans starting to distance themselves from the candidate, Donald Trump, at this point, has not. And Democrats feeling better and better about their chances in North Carolina.